Okay, day 7. Now we're talking about rest. All right, so we cannot live without rest, right? It's in our DNA. That's just how we were created. We're talking about day 7 of creation, and we were created to rest. The whole day, 24-hour period, sunset to sunset, was dedicated to rest, okay? So we cannot heal without rest. When we rest, we regenerate. When our hormones balance, it's when our anxiety is released. The less we rest, the more all of these things are heightened. Our stress, our immunity is lowered, our hormones are out of balance. In addition, we can't appreciate if we don't sit down and enjoy what we're blessed with, right? So I think that that's one of the major reasons we need to rest, and one of the major reasons that a lot of people end up dealing with issues like depression and anxiety, because without taking a minute to stop, cease from doing, and just relax on the what you've already done for the week, right? And also what you've been provided. It's impossible to ever really reconnect. And this is so important that the Creator himself rested on this day and built it into the 7 days of creation. So we have 7 days, right? And the whole one of them, he made all these amazing things. And instead of making more, he sat down and rested, okay? So it's also a time to connect spiritually, right? Resting gives us an opportunity to stop and admire the fruits of our own labor and the bounty that we were gifted through creation. It is a time to dedicate ourselves to joy. And we must cease like the Creator did. We're commanded again and again to keep the Sabbath and to make it holy, not simply just to rest, but to safeguard our time of rest and make it the highlight of the week. So we are bombarded in our lives with activity, opportunity, ambition, and more. And we must make a concerted effort to understand and physically participate in this part of creation. It can't happen without us doing it. We can't rest without our taking control and resting on purpose. And it's really important that we recognize how important that is. Our Sabbath starts with the smells of fresh and delicious baked goods and meats. And traditionally, the Sabbath is bidded adieu with a service of wine and smelling spices like cinnamon and being thankful for abundance, which seems so appropriate, right? As a part of the tradition for many, many thousands of years, the scents, the fragrances that are come into our home have traditionally been a huge part of that. And so we make it this time of celebration to sit down and relax and surround ourselves with these good things and good smells. And I think that that's something that we can all do better at, right? We can all rest more efficiently and effectively by being on purpose about it. And so that's why I think this day 7 is just so clear and obvious we have to rest. And sandalwood, I'm going to talk about right now, is known a lot of times in the scripture when you read about aloes, it's talking about sandalwood. Most of the biblical oils are high in sesquiterpenes, and sesquiterpenes are extremely good for the brain and for your brain neurological health, because they can cross the blood-brain barrier in a very powerful way. So it's interesting that a lot of these oils are very high in that realm. So we use sandalwood for sleep. It's great for the skin. It's very actually similar in terms of its qualities to myrrh, what it can offer us. It was used in meditation practices during the biblical times as an aphrodisiac. Again, in the embalming process, like myrrh and cedarwood, and used by those mourning the loss of a loved one. So it's a great tool for those things. And right now you can use it the same way. Put some in your hands, breathe it in, smell that smell. It's very meditative, and it can be a part of your prayer service that maybe your personal meditation time. Great for the respiratory system and also for grief. So we all go through grief from time to time, and sandalwood can be a really amazing tool to help us come through that. So I highly encourage you to have sandalwood on hand and use it if you're going through any kind of difficult time. And that's it for day 7. So day 7, rest. And do not forget, win myrrh. Join us on our Instagram feed to be entered as one of the 3 winners for our 3 bottles of myrrh that we're giving away this month.